guys, Crystal and Shadow here with a new show. This time we are watching Witch.
A show that I had never heard of until literally now when we started to watch it.
Yes, okay, so this is one of the things where if you watched our Emerald videos, I did hint at some things I was considering. This is the thing where the name is what was the word? The letters mean something.
That's just the characters' names.
Will, Irma, Tarani, Cornelia, Haylin.
Whatever. It's all the characters' names. We're just actually secretly watching the Winx Club.
This is better than Winx Club.
I don't know. I watched Winx Club as a kid. Seriously, they all have powers. They all have powers that connect to, like, the main elements, and you've got a new girl with red hair. They even kind of look like the people from Winx Club. It's uncanny how close this is.
I will look up when each thing was made, and you know what? If you can find an easy way to watch it, I will willingly watch Winx Club after this.
I will find out if it's on YouTube or somewhere.
Anyway.
Seriously, it's uncanny, the fact that their powers are so similar to Winx Club, and you've got a new girl with red hair who almost looks like the main new girl in Winx Club.
Yeah, I can't quite picture them right now. It's been too long. I don't have a good memory of it.
It's just they're secretly younger versions of them. The real question is, where is this show set? It's like, it's in Sheffield, but the establishing shots clearly look like New York.
Well, the show itself is Italian, I think, so...
Wonderful!
I don't know.
What even is this?
And they called the school Sheffield, so I'm thinking that's a suburb name.
Well, yeah, but most people, when they hear Sheffield, they think of the UK.
Plus, you never know, the location name could have been changed in the English dub.
Okay, but the establishing shots still look like New York. Which is odd, because you said this is an Italian show?
Yeah.
Okay, then. That's the thing, when I was watching this, I was wondering where it was made, too. Yeah. I wasn't sure whether we were watching something Japanese, English, American, French. I didn't think Italian, that's for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so we have 5 characters to keep track of.
That's okay, I'm good at keeping track of 5 characters. I've watched Winx Club as a kid.
Yeah. Really? Have you learnt their names?
These people? No, there's just New Girl and the rest.
Well, here's an easy way to remember it. Will is the red-haired one. Irma, the brown-haired one. Tarani is the black one with purple hair. Cornelia's the blonde one. And Haylin is the Chinese one with purple hair.
How is that easy to remember? They're all just random people. Also, since apparently you need the new girl in order to give the others their temporary powers, that makes her slightly more vital, although, hang on, she can't inherit, at least what I'm gathering from this pilot episode, don't tell me anything, obviously, she obviously can't do things without the others, but at the same time, she's the most important person, so clearly she's the eye leader. She's very important, but useless on her own.
In a sense, yes.
Yeah. But maybe she gets more important stuff later. We'll have to see.
Yeah, so Irma got water, Tarani got fire, Cornelia got earth, Haylin got wind, air, and... Yeah.
So we're watching Avatar.
And Will got nothing, sort of.
Yeah, she's the eye leader. She gives them powers.
She's the leader of the group, in a sense.
Yeah.
And also, it is her job to look after the magic stone thing.
Yeah, the thing that temporarily gives them their powers on and off.
Yeah.
But
it's basically a miraculous.
But now I'm wondering, like, okay, is there a consequence to that? Like, they can turn their powers on and off, so what happens if they just turn them on forever, other than looking weird in public?
Good question. I don't know if it'll ever be addressed.
Brilliant! You'd think that would be something where, like, they'd be, like...
Okay.
Dying or, like, sick if they use their powers for too long.
Just to establish for you guys, I watched this as a kid, so I have little memory of it.
Where did you watch this as a kid?
On TV.
Huh.
It was on TV. Anyway, and then about a year or 2 ago, I tried to get back into it, and I only got about halfway through season 1
before you gave up on it.
I got busy, okay?
Sure.
I got busy with our YouTube channel. I think that was what took up my free time.
Even though through this entire year, I've seen you do things like try to get into Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. I mean, sorry, not GX, 5Ds. So,
Yeah, and how far did I get, huh?
I don't know, maybe you got bored with it or didn't want to keep using up your internet.
Anyway, so at one point, I will become mostly blind on this too. I have read some spoilers that I won't say to keep you in the dark.
Good,
but...
otherwise characters will die and I'll find out who White Diamond is. They better have some crazy cool mystery like Stephen did, because that was the best part of our reviews.
We'll see.
I will say, I will at least say this. If this was a pilot episode, which it is, then beyond the rating, the true test of a pilot is, do I want to continue? And I'm like, all right, I'll give it a few more. I'm not truly invested, but I'll.
Oh yeah, speaking of it being a pilot, I forgot to mention the name of the episode is It Begins.
Yeah, I know, I saw that. But that's the thing, unlike with Ladybug, which was garbage and I didn't want to continue it, Steven Universe, I was like, yeah, I can tell this is going somewhere enjoyable. And I'm like, all right, I'll go. Mainly so I can keep making comparisons, but we'll see how far the show goes from there.
Yeah, I really do enjoy the dynamics between the characters. When I was younger, my favourite was Will, mostly by looks. But when I got back
That's the new girl, right?
Yeah, the redhead.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
But when I got back into it a year ago, my favourite became Irma, because I think you laughed at her too. She is so snarky and funny.
I can't remember. Oh, that's right. She did have one good line when, they saw the snake guy.
And Grandma said he doesn't always look like that, and she's like, oh, that's good news for his wife.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, now the most difficult part of any review, rating a pilot.
Well, hang on, there's one character we still haven't even touched on.
That's a good point. We didn't even talk about the subplot of this whole other crap that was going on.
Yes, we have this whole other world.
That's a good point. That is the point I will mention is I didn't really give a shit. This whole thing, every time they cut back to it, I was like, oh, I don't care.
Wait, which side didn't you care about, the boy or the girls?
No, I enjoyed the girl stuff. Every time they cut back to, the villain and the guys and whatever. Obviously it would connect, and obviously it connected at the end when he came through, and it was, not their first villain, but, their first confrontation or their first, thing they had to do.
Learn what was going on. There's telling them like Grandma did, but at that point it was really showing them. Yeah, so in the end, he tried to get to a portal, he found one, but then he got pulled back through.
Yeah, I didn't really care for most of that stuff because they just kept cutting back to it.
He will get interesting pretty soon.
I'm sure something will happen, but whatever. Also, that whole time I was wondering where they were, and it turns out, okay, they're not even on Earth.
Yeah. It's a whole other world called Meridian.
Well, to be fair, there's a place called Meridian in the UK, and there's a place called Sheffield in the UK, so you can understand my confusion.
Okay.
So this whole time I was thinking this place is just in the UK, and there's a place that looks surprisingly like New York.
Yeah.
So maybe this show doesn't know what it's doing. Speaking of which...
What are we doing?
What are you doing with the ratings?
I think I'll go 8.
I'll give it a nice 8. It was enjoyable. I did get halfway through, I really started to get interested in the characters, so, I wasn't completely bored, Obviously, whenever we've started a children's show, I've always been super cynical going into it, and turns out, obviously, it was correct with Ladybug. This one we'll see, and obviously Steven Universe I absolutely fell in love with. So, yeah.
Even though, before we started reviewing it, you were kept telling me Steven Universe was stupid.
I just said it was overrated, and like I said, I was going cynical, so I still did here, but I'm like, well, I don't know, it could turn out to be somewhat as good as Steven. No, it won't be better than Steven.
I will admit, Season 1 does have quite a bit of filler.
Isn't that literally every show we've ever watched?
But at the same time, it's both filler, but at the same time, each episode sort of moves the plot forward at least a tiny bit.
That's fine. If anything, I mean, that's the thing, there can't be... But to be fair, I don't mind a Season 1 full of filler. I actually like Season 1 of Steven Universe, and, so many people are like, oh, it's filler. It's like, no, I love the town characters. So, You can have good filler, but then again, hey, if you're saying it moves the plot forward, it's already better than Code Lyoko and Steven Universe with season 1.
Yeah.
Seriously, try binge watching Code Lyoko. Season 1, except for like the last 3 or 4 episodes, is really bad.
Oh yeah, most of the episodes you can just skip and everything's good.
You literally could, and you could put them in almost any order.
Yeah, whereas these episodes, you can't change the order and you can't skip like anything.
All right, well, we'll see about that.
Okay, the next episode is called It Resumes.
Brilliant! I love titles that work like that.
Yeah, they did a good one.
How
with the
funny
first
too,
two.
because I believe I used the word "it begins" as our first Emerald episode.
Oh yeah.
It was foreshadowing all along!
Yep.
Even though I wrote the title and I didn't even know this show existed when we started Emerald.
With that being said, we will see you next time for more Witch and other things as well.
See you next time, guys!